Hey everybody, Anthony 4B4 Diesel. We're just going to quickly go through and refresh all the items that are included in the injector kit, so that whether you want to purchase one from me or you want to get all the components together yourself, doesn't matter where you are around the world or in Australia, this is the sort of information you want in preparation for your 1KD, FTV or other diesel, particularly Toyota injector replacement jobs, but any diesel, any vehicle, things to think about, bada bing. So let's get on with it. Throughout the video or towards the end, I'm also going to include some information on how to open up the injectors and do your own free contamination check. And we're going to have a special at the end of the video giving you an opportunity to save some money if you listen to the end. So firstly, what's in our injector kit? Well, the original and the best is still the best value for money. You can get cheaper components. You might not end up with exactly what you'd hoped, but you certainly get something cheaper. You can certainly pay a lot more money or a little bit more money for an injector kit from another business that sort of copied the idea, because it's not a bad idea, and they include some things that are a little bit different to this, some things you don't need, and of course not everything that you do need. So this is a good video for them to have a look at to make sure they've got everything in their kit, because currently they're missing a few things. And we're also at the end going to talk about our Facebook groups and the VIP group, and how you'd be in a community of over 1,000 people that have completed this sort of works. An awesome community, like-minded people that help each other out. And of course, that's where all the videos are. Tech tips, so much information on diesel injector replacement. So a place you want to be. Maybe we'll talk a little bit more about that later. So base items that are included in the injector kit, of course, 4 brand new genuine injectors. And it's probably my fault you actually even know that there's new and remanufactured injectors, and it all goes around and everybody talks. And I find it quite entertaining when someone messages me and says, oh, you know, you got new or reman, or have you got, you know, are they genuine or are they aftermarket? Hello, you obviously haven't watched my videos, and I understand it's all good. A mate of a mate sent you along, but you've got to watch these videos so you get to know me, you get to know what we do here. Now, fuel pipes are also included. So 4 brand new genuine injectors, right? Fresh stock, not reman, not counterfeit, not copies, not dropped and broken. They're all open just like this and checked. We check for any broken solenoids, any visual damage. I know what new injectors look like. My guarantee is that's the only thing you're ever going to get from me. If you end up with a, you know, counterfeit or remanufactured injector from me, I'll refund your money, no questions asked, okay? So you better save this video. If you end up with anything other than brand new, as fresh as you can possibly get at the time. I mean, you know, if they're a year old or 2 years old, it's not going to matter, I suppose. But, you know, if that's what the stock is at the time, because they pumped out heaps in 2022, and in 2024, that's what we've got because they did billions of them, then that's what it's going to be. Freshest available brand new stock. The way to know you're going to get that is from me, because we regularly replenish all our stock. We turn it over. We pump the stuff out. So what else? Fuel pipes. Why is there fuel pipes included? Well, if all my reasons in our injector information playlist aren't enough, in the Toyota manual talking about replacing injectors, it says in bold writing, when replacing the injector, you must replace the fuel pipe, okay? One of our reasons is to prevent contamination to the injectors. These are the inlets here. These are the pipes. They go on there. There's fuel leak possibilities. There's contamination possibilities. In my mind, if you get injectors and not pipes, there's a good chance you're going to void your warranty, because you're most likely going to contaminate the injectors, and there's a little pre-filter in there that they can check out when you send them back for your warranty. So what else is in there? So we've got injectors, pipes. You need a bit of a seal kit, so that includes your valve cover gasket, your nozzle seals, that sort of thing. For your injector inlets, your top solenoid seals, that sort of thing. You need your return line, these little expensive gaskets, genuine only. You want to get the right stuff. There's a lot of copies out there. Okay. A MAP filter, part of all this sort of job, we replace the MAP filter. You'll get the right one depending, just like there's some different injectors, there's some different fuel pipes, there's different MAP filters, there's a few of these different gaskets, and you'll get the right ones from us. Absolutely, okay? So what do we got? Cover gasket, nozzle seals, top solenoid seals, return line gaskets, that's those. The bigger one is for if you're going to do the inlet manifold cleaning and you're removing the inlet manifold. If you don't do that, you should have the big one left over. You can just send it back to me, because otherwise it's just going to get wasted, right? Anything left over, just send it back if you want. If you don't want to send stuff back, I've got an option for you, so just stay tuned. So the MAP filter we've covered. All the E-jar gaskets, I think we touched on that. Now, don't get confused when you get your package and you see this brown paper bag. Don't cut it, don't rip it, and don't carry on with that. That is your inlet manifold gasket that's been neatly wrapped around the bubble wrap on the outside of your package. Carefully just cut the tape at each end to remove that paper from the package. And you can put it back the same way if you're going to send it back if you don't use it, or you can keep it if you like. Whatever you want, whatever makes you happy. I'm here to help. So all your EGR gaskets, so you know the elbow to the manhole, each side of the EGR valve, the throttle body, each end of the EGR sort of thing. So all those different gaskets there included, all your EGR gaskets, everything you need. And there's a few items that are traditionally Lend items. So we'll just quickly go through those. Sometimes it's a used tube of Ultra Grey, sometimes it's a brand new tube of Ultra Grey, because it is a Lend item, okay? The caps, same thing, Lend items, the crow's foot Lend item, the dowel, sometimes with a texture in there, if someone's put in there, a Lend item, and the molly coat, a Lend item. Okay, at the moment, what do we got here? We got heaps of caps, okay? So I don't need to get some caps back for a while. I've got plenty of molly coat, I've got plenty of Ultra Grey. It's readily available at the moment. I can get more. I don't really feel like sucking up dust cutting dowels, but if you think you need to keep it when you only need it once every 8 or 10 years, then keep it. But I'm going to give you an option. Let's get to that. So what's in the kit? You know what's in the kit, right? We've got injectors, pipes, seals, gaskets, EGR gaskets, all that stuff. Now, if you lasted 6 minutes, if you actually want to clean out your EGR cooler, which is not a standard thing, we don't believe it needs doing, it doesn't need to be done, you don't actually want it to flow that well, but a lot of people putting the plate with a 7mm hole, that all works together. But if there's a slight blockage in the EGR cooler and you add the plate with a 7mm hole, you might end up with a P0400, not enough flow at the EGR, which is a good code to have, but it can be annoying. Hope you've all got a scan gauge or something like that now to read and clear codes and read some basic data, that sort of thing. If you're watching the videos, check the playlists, really important. Keep yourself busy on our playlists, and we'll chuck in a little bit of other information off topic as well. Now, as far as the Lend items go, so if you're on a tight, you need to let me know in the text messages. On Monday mornings at 7:30 a.m, stay tuned on the Prado Hospital Facebook page. Here we go over here. Facebook page, workshop information page, the Prado Hospital. Check that regularly. When and around you're going to buy your parts, in case we say we're actually closed this Monday because we've got a funeral to go to, or we're feeling sick. We've had to call in sick. Okay, no good if you just go ahead and do the automated everything, and it's every Monday morning, because it's not. And I'll give you an example for the people that waited 7 minutes. This year, in March and April, we're going to take a bit of an extended break. You know, we've got some workshop maintenance, the usual stuff we do. We take a few breaks a year. It's not all about the work. So keep an eye on the Prado Hospital Facebook page. But here's an option for you. If you're short on money and you want the cheapest possible outcome, then what you do is, these are Lend items, and you return your old injectors, because as I've explained in many other videos, on all the Australian stock injectors, even though I can import these, I can buy these from companies that have imported them, you just got to be careful, because that's where you get mixed up with your counterfeit copies. You got to be very careful who you're dealing with, and sometimes they think they're giving you new genuine when the wrong thing's in the box. That happens as well. I've had that happen to me. That's why I open and check everything, making sure they're new. The serial numbers, making sure they're new, looking at them and that they're genuine. I guarantee, remember what I said, money back guarantee. If I don't send you brand new genuine, you get a full refund, right? You know what? If I even send them to you and they're not genuine, or they're reman, so if you somehow end up with a reman in your package, right, or anything other than genuine, you can keep it all and I'll give you a refund, okay? That's how guaranteed it is. It's absolutely guaranteed. It's not going to happen. It's the only thing you're going to get. That's why, in my opinion, with me is the only place to buy your injectors. So if you're tight on a budget, you pay the injector kit, you pay the core deposit, I'll run through that in a minute, and then you send back these old injectors and these 5 Lend items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're not that short of money, and you know what, can't be bothered sending stuff back and getting a package together, that's cool, and you want to keep all this stuff, and some people want to keep their old injectors, I don't want to complicate it too much, so I'm going to just simplify it, right? We're going to have a new core deposit starting from right now, okay? The current core deposit, excuse me, is $220, okay? That only covers the injectors if you don't return them, because there's a core deposit. All the Australian stock is an exchange system. They want your old ones back so they can partially rebuild them and resell them to you at the same price. We're not part of that system, but we do need to return some injectors, okay? So what I'm saying is, $55 each core deposit. Now, we're sort of trusting that you send them back because otherwise we lose on this. The price of this stuff isn't included in the injector kit. It's probably about 100, 150 bucks worth of stuff, believe it or not, those 5 items. How do you work out your time doing trips to Bunnings and then sucking dust on the drop saw? I don't know, the molly coat, you know, the crow's foot, the caps, it's just, you know, it's probably 150 bucks worth. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to increase the core deposit to $330. So if you're on a tight budget, you're going to have to outlay another $330, but you're going to get the whole lot $330 back if you send all this back, okay? Now, if you decide you only want to send half back, split the difference, right? So this is half of the package. This is the other half of the package. So you can either pay the $330. There's going to be another special, so don't go yet. You can either pay the $330, okay, and not get a refund and not send it back and keep the whole lot. Doesn't bother me because that's covered my costs, okay? So if you're happy to pay the $330, you've basically paid for this stuff and you're keeping your old injectors. No worries, okay? It's still better value money than a lot of other places anyway. Plus then you've got the VIP group, which you just can't put. It's just unbelievable, the value. Okay, if you want to only send back this and keep your injectors, or you want to send back your injectors but you want to keep this, then split the difference. What's half of $330? $165 if I'm not still on holidays, right? So that means, hey Ant, I've just sent back the injectors to get you're going to get $165, or I've sent that, you're going to get $165. Split the difference. If it's not both, now I'll remind you again, if you're getting the injectors replaced with us or one of our workshop partners somewhere around Australia, you know, Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Perth, whatever, you don't need to pay the core deposit for that or that, any of that. So that $330, just forget about it, okay? So there's no core deposit if you go into a workshop partner. The core deposit is now $330, except it's half of that if you just want to return half. If you say, I don't want any of that stuff, you've still got to pay the $330 because of the injectors. And I'm keeping it simple, so it's $330. You'll take just the injectors. You don't want that, you may as well take that, right? Because, you know, whatever, right? You get it because it's going to say, you buy this, it's going to cost you 40, 50 bucks. You got to go cut up a dowel, muck around. You got to find a crow's foot. You got to find some caps that fit. These tubes are like $33 in Repco now, retail price. So, like I said, it's a few dollars worth of stuff. Obviously, I'll get it a bit cheaper, but it takes time to do so. What's the special? The special is right now at the moment, we're going to leave the core deposit at $220 for the people that watch this video that only purchase at the right day, at the right time, Monday, text message, 7:30 a.m. on the dot, Melbourne time, let's say 7:30 till 8 a.m. If you don't get in that window, the specials are going to get better. Hang around, because I told you there's a special. You said, is that all? Okay, right. Here you go. How's this one then? $220 core deposit. Yeah, that's pretty good. And you can still keep it all, okay? But this only goes for January and February 2024, okay? By the end of February 24, there's no more keep the whole lot for $220, because you can keep the whole lot for $220, right? You can. For January and February only, keep the whole lot for $220. Anyway, what's the price of the injector kit, everyone's asking? So the current price on the actual injector kit is $3,190, $3,190. You get everything you need, okay? These are the lend items. You need to pay the $220 on top. That's what it currently is. Everybody needs to return everything. I'm saying you can keep it if you like, okay? So what you paid, you're sort of paying for that. You get to keep these things. All I'll say is do your own free contamination check, because this is what we do. You just need to open these nozzle ends here. You need a 14mm deep reach impact socket, like a 14mm deep reach. This is the one that does all the work. You can see how grotty it is, right? 14mm impact deep reach, heavy duty, and a big long bar. And you're going to need a vise or something like that. This is right where it all happens. And of course, we've got the old zip it gun with a 14mm to zip those off quick, because we need to get it done quickly. Once you get that nozzle off, give it a tap, 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 and your command piston's going to come out. Now, what we're looking for, we want to get it out and we want to go, yep, beautiful. That's nice and clean. See in between the black part. Don't worry about whether the black part's there or not. Watch more videos in the injector information playlist, but you're welcome to open up all your injectors, do your own free contamination check. You're still welcome to return them. I won't do the check because you did, and all that sort of thing. So we're getting quite flexible on the core deposit thing, right? Basically, I'm increasing it to $330 so I can say, keep it all if you want. Doesn't bother me. If you need the money, then you send it back, you get your money back. If you want to keep it, you can keep it. Doesn't bother me. You're not going to be in trouble, okay? Yeah, because there's a few people in trouble. Now, these have been out in the weather a little bit, let's just say. It's been a while. But what we're looking for as far as contamination. See how you got that sort of rough looking surface there? It's not really that. That's not a good example. There's not a lot of vehicles that have contamination, but there's going to be one here somewhere. You can look at them all you like, but you're going to have to look at some other videos where I've shown in the VIP group. That's why it's really good. You know, you get some spotty corrosion on this area here. Is the main area you're looking for. See that area along there? Sort of, you know what it looks like, corrosion. You know, you'll see something odd. Every now and then, you know, Mitch does these, stripping these down now. And he says, oh, what about this? What about this? And he shows me different things. No. You get a few variations, but the actual contamination, it'll be really obvious. You know what I mean? Like rusty, corrosion, it's been wet. I think you know what I mean. If you're doing your own injectors and you watch the videos, I reckon you pick up enough information that I think you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? I think I know. This one could be just rusty because it's been out, but maybe this is partially, you know, it could look like that. See, there's a bit of, you know what I mean? But that could just be because it's out. Someone could have left the injectors out in the weather. That's why it's important to do it straight away, within a week or two if you can. So if you're going to take a while to send back your injectors, open them up for something to do. Be warned though, they can be really tight. That's why you need a good solid vise, and you need to get a good quality socket and a good grip on it. Keep it nice and square, and a long bar to crack it open. Otherwise, it's just not going to happen. All right, since you hung around, I'm going to give you another guarantee. I guarantee the price is going to stay the same for the whole of 2024. No confusion. 3190 is the price for 2024. We'll do this video again in early 2025, see if anything's changed. Nothing's changing for 2024. 3190, you pay $330 deposit. You can keep these items if you want, or you can return them, or you can return half. That half or that half for half your money back. Pretty simple, isn't it? And from now, when you see this video, until the end of February, subject to checking the Prada Hospital Facebook page, right? You can pay $220 core deposit, and you've still got the option to keep either or both of those half price. So $220, half of that's $110. There you go. I'm really putting them in the vice now, aren't I? Anyway, so whatever, happy days. There's your special. If you don't need any of this stuff, okay, just say I'm going to take it to a workshop partner. I don't need blah, blah, blah. You don't need to pay the core deposit. I'm going to trust that you're going to take these to the workshop partner to have them installed. They're going to do the contamination check, or they can give them back to you and you can. They're going to keep them there, and I'm going to get them back off them in batches when we need them. Bada bing, hope that helps. A little bit more on the Facebook groups now. Let's get back to that one. So, if you're ever going to be able, I can only do people in Australia because there's only one of me and I'm flat out doing this. I'm doing this video to streamline the purchase process and to explain how it works. So I've got a little bit more to go yet, but if you're outside Australia, I'm sorry I can't help you. If you're inside Australia, I certainly can help you. Now, this is just talking about injectors. We've also got the BFE kits. There's a playlist on that. The Prada and Hilux front wheel bearings, and sometimes Dobinson's on Tuesdays. But we don't use Messenger. It's a text message service only, Mondays, 7:30 a.m. There's the number, text messages only, not to ask questions with problems with your vehicle and whatever, because guess what? I'm busy unpacking and repacking all this stuff for people that are listening. Bada bing. All the information you're going to get from me is in videos. So I'm sorry, but you're going to need to watch the videos. The reason I started doing them, because there's one of me and there's thousands of you. If you're in Australia, you'll be able to find the Prada Hospital Facebook page. That'll have all the announcements and some information you need to know so that you can get it done right the first time. We already talked about the text message service. You can read that. We're busy doing other stuff as well. If you're in Australia, I highly recommend you get on Facebook. You don't have to put your real friends and your real name. Just put, Joe Prada or Jack Hilux or whatever your name is and the picture of the side of your vehicle. We know you're a Hilux. And then you can join the VIP group as soon as you made your payment. You don't ask me what next. It just shows me you haven't watched these videos. You know what to do next. You go on Facebook, you search groups, you find 4x4 Diesel VIPs, you answer the 3 questions. Hey, my name's Jack Daniels. I just purchased an injector kit. Doesn't matter if you haven't got it yet. You've paid for it. If your money's in the bank, you're in the VIP group. You're in there for life, subject to you can behave yourself and follow all the rules and guidelines, right? Highly recommend you get on both of our YouTube channels and listen to all that information. Get yourself educated. The other thing you can do, if you made it to this end of the video and we're not already friends, hit friend on Anthony Prado Forby on Facebook. Is that written there somewhere? Maybe not. Anyway, off-topic information that might help you as well, save you some money, and of course, a bit of entertainment if it works out that way, right? So there's the information you need. If you want to know about that crack piston fun, keep watching videos, check those playlists, gold class, you know, VIP gold class, people who've made contributions to the Crack Piston Fund. Once again, like-minded people that trust me, that think the same. Bada bing, bada boom, you know how it works. Anyway, I've explained it best as I can. I reckon that's about 20 minutes. Motor mouth, I'm going to get some water. I'm going to call it a day. This is what's included in injector kit. What other questions could you possibly have? Go on, put it in the comments, and in the next video I'll try and address those answers. Stay tuned on the videos because that's where the answers are. It's not usually in the comments. Once again, typing or talking to comments, not many people are going to read that. I need to do a video like this where thousands of people are going to eventually see it and get all the detailed information. That's how we roll. We do it in detail. Okay, let's add a little bit more. So the BFE kit, what's the BFE kit? No, not bacon and fried eggs. It's the big front engine job, something else I invented. It's got your water pump, all your timing belt components, your bearings, your drive belt, everything that moves on the front of the engine other than the alternator. $770 delivered to your door, express post anywhere in Australia. Same as the injector kit, the 3190 is express post, delivered to your door anywhere in Australia. Never had one go missing. You can pay the extra if you like. Never had one go missing. It's a very reliable service. It's very quick. People are regularly amazed how bang, they order it one day and it turns up the next morning. Guess what? No surprise to me. I've been doing it about 10 years. Happy days, whatever, more or less. You know what I mean? Something like that. Maybe one kit back then anyway. But look, at the end of the day, it's all designed to help you. I need to help the bigger picture, the bigger community, more people. I can't do them all, and that's where the business changed, trying to put myself out of business. I don't need to work on the vehicles. I need to get these kits together for you, make sure the videos are right, the customer service is there to make sure you can do it yourself or go to one of our workshop partners because I can't handle them all. Thanks for watching till the end. Bada bing, catch on the next video. Really important to save disappointment is remember Monday morning, 7:30 a.m. Melbourne time. And if obviously that's way too early in the morning for you, if you're in WA, whatever, you can't get up at, what would that be? 4:30 a.m. Wow, that is a bit early. Look, you know, send it at midnight. Send it late as you possibly can on Sunday night. As I said in other videos, hopefully that'll work out. If it doesn't work out, then what you can do is just remind me on Monday morning when you wake up, and that'll hopefully bring the message up, you know, because you know how they all get buried. That's what happens. Works really well. I'm very reliable. That's why I explain what I'm doing. And of course, remember to check that Proto Hospital Facebook page to save disappointment. If we say we're closing down for a couple of weeks, we're going to take a break. We could be going away. We might be hanging around. We could be doing workshop maintenance. We could be working on our own cars. We could be doing anything. Who knows, right? But the point is, please stay tuned because things change. There's only one of me, thousands of you. See you on the next one. Ciao.